Hey guys,
Welcome back
to Unpacked
with Ethan.
and Reese, and today we're going to be talking about apologies.
Very fitting because I've had to make a lot of apologies recently.
You've had to make apologies?
Yes.
To who?
A lot of people because I did punch a lot of people
Why did you punch them?
because I thought they were a man that splashed water on me.
Why would a man splash water on you?
I don't know. He should probably apologize for that
Hey,
though.
let me tell you something. He splashed the water at me too, so he should probably apologize
I
to me as
know.
well.
And I was so angry for you.
Also, why are we opening the door together?
I don't know. Why were both of our hands on the doorknob?
I don't know. And why were we so eager to open the door? Is what I was thinking about.
But you know what? I thought about
But I
it
guess
more.
it's not important. Yeah.
And I'm very glad that it was us that opened the door and not somebody just randomly at my house. Because that would have been really sad if somebody like got splashed in the face and they're all fucking wet.
You're right.
Because like our costumes, we didn't really care that we got wet. But if it was somebody,
It's not. It's stopped.
oh, so you ruined it.
No, so it's
Okay.
good.
So if it was anybody else, I would have felt so bad if like somebody was wearing something that like with feathers and shit.
Yeah, I agree. Or literally just anybody else, because it'd be like, oh my god, like somebody splashed. That's so shitty. But like, it's the house owner.
Yeah.
And Reese Riera.
And
It's fine.
if we needed a change, we could have gone into my room to grab something.
Yeah.
But yeah, they should probably apologize for that. But basically, I went outside my house and I knew it was a man. So I looked for the first man I could find because I'm like, he couldn't have gotten far. And I found him and I punched him.
He didn't get far, and I said, Ethan, he ran. I could see him. He was already past the pool by the time that you stepped out the house. Like, you're not going to get him.
But I wasn't listening. I was
no.
just fully looking. I punched the first man I could find. It turned out to be Aaron. And I feel very bad.
There's a cat here, by the way. Don't know if you can hear its bell.
But other than that, how do you feel about apologies?
What do you mean, how do I feel about them?
You think they're good, bad?
Well, it depends if the apology's good or bad.
Okay.
What do you think?
What's the worst apology you've ever gotten?
The worst?
Yeah.
Probably no apology.
Really? You think... You know what? It makes me more mad when somebody apologizes and it's a bad apology.
I guess when people like twist it and it's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait. You've opened a new door. A non-apology apology.
Yeah. Where it's like, well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but maybe you shouldn't have done that. And it's like,
I had an apology from somebody once that said, I'm sorry that the way you behaved caused me to be mean to you.
Wait, let me think about that. I'm sorry I'm sorry?
They basically said, well, I'm sorry that I was mean to you and I did these things to you, but it was because I didn't like how you were acting. And by the way, the reason they were upset with me is because somebody had said something homophobic and I'd yelled at them for it. And the person said that I was out of line for yelling at somebody because I killed the vibe. I said, I'm sorry, but sometimes people need to be yelled at.
True. Yeah.
And I've received so many non-apology apologies. It's always like, or I'm sorry, but if you have a but in your apology, why are you apologizing?
I agree. It's not an apology then. It's you. I understand that like a fluid conversation, but if you're apologizing and then gonna justify it with like something else, then like you don't.
There's such a simple way to fix it too. You can say, I'm sorry, this is why I acted that way. Instead of the but.
That's true.
You
the
can't
but,
have
I
a
guess,
but.
cancels it out. You're right about that.
Because every time you say but in any sort of context, the thing after is the most important part, not the thing before. So if you're saying, I'm really sorry, but I feel like you deserved it.
Yeah.
First of all, that's not an apology. And I've gotten so many of those.
It?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but you deserve it?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you kind of had it coming.
Damn.
It's like, okay, so why are we having a conversation right now?
Yeah.
Or like, I'm sorry, but I'm really going through a lot. I don't care what the fuck you're going through.
True.
You can say, I'm sorry. I was going through a lot. That doesn't make it okay, but I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That I can accept those. Because that's another thing. If you're doing an apology, you can have an explanation. You can't have an excuse.
I agree.
So you can't tell me to forgive you because you're going through a lot. But if you tell me you're sorry and the reason you acted a certain way was because you're going through a lot, that's different than saying you should forgive me because I have a lot going on.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I thought about it. I think the worst apology I've received is when the person acted like they didn't know that they did anything wrong and then apologized. People were really mean to me in high school and really bullied me and would very they would talk about me behind my back, and it always got back to me because people would tell me things, it always get back to me. And they would in the hallway make it very clear to avoid me, right? Just little small shit, but they were mean to me. And it was my best friends that I went to high school with, and I confronted them about it, and they were like, oh my god, we have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Reese. Nothing has changed between us. We're not mad at you at all. We have not been talking shit about you. I'm so sorry that you feel this way. And it's no, I don't feel any way. I know because people have literally told me that you've been talking shit about me,
It's very interesting.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah. Do
you agree?
Yes. It's interesting that you bring up a woman apology because the worst apologies I can ever think of are from men. Because I don't know the last time that a man has ever given me an apology that wasn't an excuse.
I think the only time a man has apologized to me is right before he was going to kill himself. He was apologizing in advance. I can't think of another time that a man has ever apologized to me. Who the fuck do you think you are? Don't apologize. Just don't fucking kill yourself. Anyways.
That isn't an apology at all. That's somebody trying to manipulate someone into doing whatever the fuck they want because they're going to apologize and be like, I'm so sorry. I have to do this. I've gotten those before.
No, you don't. Okay, and if you do, then don't fucking apologize for it. Own it.
And if you have the audacity to tell somebody what I did to you is the reason I'm going to kill myself, you're basically trying to blame the person because they won't forgive your shitty behavior. Because it's like, they're like, do you forgive me? And you're like, no. They're like, I don't know how I can live with myself. I'm going to have to just kill. If you can't forgive me, I'm going to kill myself.
I forgave him too. There was no reason he needed to be killing himself. He was just being dramatic. But anyways.
How was he going to do it? Can I ask that?
If you want. Well, he actually did do it.
He killed himself?
No, he tried.
Oh. This is... we're going to have another episode that gets demonetized.
Sorry, guys. We'll cut this out.
I had one that was demonetized because I said how to...
Well, don't say it again, bro. So, guys, this is how you get demonetized.
What do they say? What do they say in the other things that I've seen? Unalive. He's going to unalive himself.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how to say it without... He was going to take a very sharp...
Okay. So, yeah, I've had someone threaten to crash their car. Wait.
Whoa, you got so...
Okay. Wait. I didn't realize this was such a big thing.
What?
With men. When you get in an argument with a man in a vehicle.
Yeah.
And he speeds up the fucking vehicle. And starts driving like a crazy person.
Yeah. Who the fuck do you think you are? I
didn't realize that was so common until I saw somebody post it. Yes. And I've been in the car when it's happened to somebody else. I was in the back.
Have you ever done it?
No. Because one time I got in a fight with my friend in the car, and when I get really upset, I'm like crazy. So I pulled into the fucking parking lot so we could sit there and talk. I'm not gonna drive when I'm clearly angry, and I know how when I'm angry, it's like...
Because it's at that point, you're not only okay, sure, you're mad at somebody, but you're putting yourself in danger, the person that you're in the vehicle with, and then all of the random people that are on the road, you're involving so many people, and that's what I don't enjoy, when people are mad, when they feel the need to make it everybody else's problem. Like, why are you gonna kill some rando driving their fucking vehicle home from work?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, keep it your problem. Like, I'm sorry that you're mad at the person that you're with, but like, stop being such a fucking man. Because, sorry, dad, but my dad, whenever my parents would always argue in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad would always get so like fucking upset, and he would drive like a jackass. And I'd be like, okay, this is cool. Like, just because you're a little bit upset, you're gonna put your entire family's life in danger and drive like a fucking jackass to prove some point that's not there. Anyways.
Yeah, I just didn't realize that was a thing. And then I had experienced it once, and then I was in the car and I saw somebody posted something that was like saying that their dad said that if they ever argue with a man in the car, don't give them a chance to like drive anywhere. Get out of the car. And their dad was basically like, I'll come pick you up wherever you are. But it was insane, especially the second time when I was with somebody and it wasn't like I wasn't even part of the argument. I was just in the back.
Yeah. Oh, that's like, yeah, that's the worst. I feel like when you're witnessing other people argue.
And I was just sitting in the back, and this fucking man takes off, and we both were like, because it was my friend's car too. It wasn't the guy's car. And I was like, Maddie, do you want me to drive? Like, I can drive you guys home and then go back to my house, because they were going to drop me off at my house first. And I was like, oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say the names, but
who was the man?
I can't say.
Can I
controversial.
Do I know the man even? Oh.
So after that day, I was like, this guy is bad news. And because as soon as I don't know, maybe that's why I like to get in arguments with people after like knowing them for 3 days, because it really, really tests them. Because if you're in the fucking honeymoon phase with somebody, like going on dates, like not ever really having anything going on, you don't know that person at all.
Yeah.
I think you really have to get in a severely emotional argument to really know how somebody's going to respond and the type of person somebody is. Because before that, I'm like, oh, this guy's cool. He's like, he seems like a nice guy, very like analytical about everything, very level-headed. The second that there's an issue, turns into the most extreme, like crazy person.
Yeah.
And I thought I was bad when I get in arguments. I'm at least smart enough. Like, I will say I did go through a phase in like middle school of like, if I got in an argument, there were things flying everywhere. There were probably a lot of tears. And
from you or the other person?
From both. But I was never like, okay, I'm going to have to get in my car and fucking swerve through the lanes of traffic because we're in an argument. Or if I was, like, whenever I've been upset and I've gotten in a car, I live in the middle of nowhere. I'll drive myself down a fucking dead end street.
Yeah.
Just sit there. Look at the buffalo.
I just think it's crazy because I'm actually thinking about it now, and I've never had a man apologize to me, and I'm really thinking about it, and it makes me sad.
I've never had a genuine apology from anyone. Ever, I don't think.
Really?
No. People are really bad at apologizing. And not to... I feel like my apologies are good. I don't apologize unless it's genuine. So I feel like when a lot of people are really quick to apologize for things, but they don't mean it. So like if somebody wants me to apologize right away, it's probably not going to happen because I got to think on it.
That makes sense.
But yeah.
So bad. Can we see the cat?
What is the best apology you've received?
I feel like I've never received a good apology. There's a spider behind your head.
I like it when people write notes. Have you heard of the ones? If we argue in person, I guess it's all dependent on context. Like if I argue with somebody over text, they can apologize over text. But if we're arguing in person and you text me an apology, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, when people write notes, because then it's like I can keep it and remember exactly what they said in it. I like it when people give me things when they want to apologize. Somebody gives me some flowers, you're forgiven.
Are you serious?
Also, how willing are you to forgive people?
I'd say it depends what the matter is. I am not a believer in forgiving and forgetting, personally, because when I forgive and I forget, it's never gotten me anywhere. I'm gonna keep it in mind what you did to me, you know?
I am not forgetting.
I'm not gonna hold a grudge. Like, I won't hold it against you, but I'm gonna remember it.
My rule is if somebody apologizes and it's like not, even if it's somebody who's like making an excuse, sometimes I'm like, okay, they're just stupid. They don't know how to really apologize to somebody. So it doesn't do anything for me to stay mad at somebody or like, I don't know. There's only been a very select few of people that I have never forgiven and I probably won't. But most of the time, if somebody apologizes, I probably will be like, all right, that's good. And I'm not one of those people. How do you feel about people who say, like, they get an apology and they're like, I'm going to need time? Like, obviously, there's, I don't know how to explain it. Like, if somebody's apologizing to me, I'll say I'll forgive you, but I don't want to talk to you, you know? But when people are like, I'm going to need time to decide if I forgive you or not.
Yeah, that I don't really understand. It's like, I feel like you'll know.
Yeah. And also, I don't know. I've never really, like, why
what?
Why are we taking time to decide if somebody should have forgiveness? I feel like you can just forgive them and then later on, if you're like, actually, I still hate that person, that's fine too.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to apologize to me, send flowers and food.
Really? Even if somebody's the shittiest person alive and they brought you food or flowers, you would forgive them?
If they had a nice note, if somebody says the words I'm sorry and that's all they say, well, obviously I'm going to ask for what. But if they say they're sorry, then okay. The problem comes when somebody says I'm sorry for the same thing and they do it multiple times and nothing about it changes. Because I understand it's hard to break a habit. If you're always been a shitty person, you're probably going to be a shitty person for a long time. But when it's the same exact thing, I have had somebody lie to me about every aspect of their life and apologize and say it will never happen again, fully knowing that they're still lying to me.
Really?
I don't understand how you could apologize to someone and say it will never happen again, knowing that you're still a liar.
That's pretty extreme.
Wouldn't you say?
I would say, yeah.
I had somebody lie to me about the school they were going to, where they lived, everything.
I don't understand what's the point in living then.
That's what I'm...
Like, why live if you're gonna lie? Sorry, I'm not suggesting that they should kill themselves, unalive themselves. I'm just saying, like, what is the point of, like, living and, like, forming connections with other people if they're not even gonna be able to, like, know the actual you, you know? It seems like it defeats the purpose.
And how do you ever expect to, like, maintain anything when it's all... Not even like you lied about one little thing here and there. You lied about your entire existence as a person. So I guess how can you feel like you even have a connection with someone? Because that person has a connection with somebody who is not you.
Yeah.
It's like a made up person. How do you feel about catfishing? Isn't that the weirdest thing ever?
It's not good. that was like a big thing in my high school. A lot of boys would act like super sexy girls and catfish their friends to get them to send them their penises, and it was like, whoa.
What the fuck? That's really weird.
Yeah.
I've had people
big
use
scandals.
my picture to catfish people.
How's that make you feel though?
Really
That's
good.
you peaked.
Isn't that crazy? But
Yeah.
no, somebody texted me. Well, not somebody. Some people texted me on a couple different occasions being like, hey, by the way, I thought I was like, they added me on like Instagram or something.
Yeah.
They're like, I thought I was talking to you this whole time and I found out it was a different person. So just so you know, somebody's using your picture and pretending to be you. I'm like,
I think I need to start doing that and
that's
being a cunt to everybody.
No, because that also happened to me in high school. Somebody
Really?
made a Snapchat account called The Ethan Outman. Mine's Ethan Outman. Somebody made The Ethan Outman and started texting people and started hitting on people and like texting them all these things, started fights with people. And this whole time, these people thought it was me. So I'd like go to school and then somebody that I had been fine with the day before would be staring me down like they wanted me dead. And I'd be like, what the fuck? And it was because somebody made a Snapchat account and pretended to be me.
That's crazy. Have you ever been catfished before?
No. Well, who would catfish me?
I don't know.
I've had the...
Who would catfish anybody, Ethan?
But like that's more like an online dating thing, I feel.
You've never been on an online dating app before?
Well, yeah, but I'm not really the type to actually like try to go on a date. So I've never like met up with someone and been like, oh, you don't look like your pictures, because I've never met up with anyone. Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, I feel like dating apps, I've always found it weird when people actually go on dates with them.
Really?
Because it's kind of just like a fun game, you know? Like, let's see if this person likes me. It's like, to be honest, I had the most humbling experience. It was a while ago by now, but
like how long was a while ago?
Like months ago, but I still remember it because when you swipe through Tinder, you can like it takes a second to register that you match with the person, and it'll pop up. It'll pop up on your screen like that when you matched with somebody. And so when I swipe on people, I like wait to swipe on the next one so the match will load through. And one time I swiped and I was waiting and I was like, oh, we didn't match. And it was the most humbling experience of my life to have been waiting for the match thing to pop up and it didn't. I was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. And I didn't use it after that because I was like, this is insane.
I'm really sorry that happened to you.
But it was like, I checked like a couple weeks later and then it popped up because apparently I just happened to see theirs before they saw mine. So we did end up matching, but I still remember it to this day how I was like, wow, I am kind of cocky to be waiting for the match to go through.
That is a bit cocky.
But I was so just taken aback when it didn't too. And I was like, who the fuck do I think I am right now? I was like, what?
I'm happy that you were humbled then.
It was crazy. Anyway, apologies. Do you have anyone you need to apologize to?
Probably a lot of people.
Go.
I'm sorry to my parents.
For?
Sorry, I can't tell.
Okay.
Can I just do a list, a running list? Okay. God, I wish I had a microphone stand so I could think with my hands. I'm sorry to my parents. I'm sorry to my brothers. I'm sorry to my grandparents.
Wait, what are you sorry for?
I can't say. I asked if I could do a running list.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry to my 5th grade best friend. I'm sorry to my friend group in middle school. I'm sorry to my friend group in high school. I'm sorry to every teacher I've ever had. I'm sorry to probably actually anybody I've ever met. I'm sorry to... Let me think.
Are you sorry to yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you sorry to yourself?
No.
Oh, why?
Hello. I don't know.
Do you have any apologies?
I was just trying to talk because there was dead silence.
Sorry. Okay. Do you want me to keep?
No, you're good. You're good. I think you covered a lot of bases. You said you're sorry to everyone you've ever met.
Oh,
so.
Sorry. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever apologized in your life?
Yeah, I have.
Good.
Thank you.
Have you ever apologized and not meant it?
No.
Ever?
Well, I would say other than to my brother.
Whoa.
Because that
You just apologized to him again, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but there's multiple things to be apologized for.
Oh.
Yeah. But I had to apologize to keep family peace, but I didn't necessarily mean it.
You remember the apologies when you were little, when you'd fucking whack the shit out of your brother and then be like, sorry, because the tears start to form and you're like, don't tell mom. Those were my favorite apologies. One time I was swinging something around and I gave my sister a bloody nose and she goes, and I was like, sorry. Mm-hmm. And then
I'd be like, what do you want? Like, I'll do anything for you. Please, just don't tell mom. I'm so sorry.
It always did too. Mm-hmm. Every time.
Gabe was such a tattletale. Fuck you, Gabe. You're a tattletale little cunt.
My brother was a tattletale too, but I have not hurt him in quite a while.
I don't believe you. No offense.
I haven't.
I feel like
not seriously injured.
Oh, okay, yeah, but I feel like not that long ago you were like, I just beat the shit out of my little brother or something.
Well, that's more of like a funny, like, when I'm home, he'll come up and try to mess with me. Yeah. So I'll turn around and I'll smack him. But it's not like he's going to go cry about it. He'll be like, and then get over it.
But also I feel like I don't actually don't play at all with my brothers anymore. But like Gabe and I would like, we don't play rough.
Whoa. Really? Why do you play rough with everyone at school?
Well, because it's fun here. I don't know. Who's everybody at school?
Me.
I think you're the only person that I wrestle.
Last year, you hit me so many times. You hit me at every occasion.
Not every occasion. You sat on my lungs. Okay, real talk. You were mean to me in a way that I've never had anybody mean to me before, and I knew that my words could not cut you deep enough, so I had to hurt you physically.
That's so kind of you to resort to violence because you didn't think that you could hurt me enough. And you're like, I need to hurt him more.
I needed you to know. Well, I told you you're being mean and you wouldn't stop. So
no,
like,
because
hit him.
It was from the beginning.
Of college?
Yeah, like
no shot.
Oh yeah. After like the first week I met you, and I had a problem with hitting people when I was really, really happy. Because like I'd get so excited and just start smacking people. And after that first week when I smacked you really hard, you, like every time I said anything to you, I'd be like, Reese, you're stupid. And you'd turn and fucking smack me.
I guess I would. Sorry.
But this year...
But also, I feel like I'm gonna run out of time, but also I definitely do feel like I don't hit everybody. So it is out of love. Believe it or not.
This year we've resorted to squeezes though.
Yeah.
It's really... Am I putting it there?
Brother! And we gotta take a commercial break.
Oh!
Today, I'm here to tell you what you need to do if you have a shitty life and you want it to be exponentially better. You know what you need to do? You need to get the fuck out of your fucking bed and buy an Awala bottle. A water bottle. Can I tell you guys, Ethan, have I told you how amazing this bottle is?
You have several times.
Let me break it down for you.
Okay.
So first, this one is like 32 ounces. So much water. I drink a lot of water, so let me tell you something. I drink like 6 of these a day, and I'm shaking off the fucking walls. But let me tell you. You go, thank you. Thanks. Hey, you're so good at backing me up. Thank you. So let me tell you this. But first, can I get closer? Am I allowed to get closer?
Of course.
Good. Thank you. Guys. Whoa. You guys have never seen me this close. Don't I look beautiful? Look at my bangs. Anyways, you fucking go like this and you can swing it around like a sexy little purse. Then
it's your clutch.
It's my fucking clutch.
Yeah.
Hit the button. Oh my god. Oh,
how does it do that? Does it always do? Okay.
I don't even have to fucking tip it back because guess what? There's a straw. Not only is there a straw, there's also my mic's the wrong way. There's a fucking spout. So if I want, I can tip it back, but need not be. Ethan, take a sip for me. How was it?
Now, Reese and I have a couple classes together.
Oh my god.
She always lets me have her water. And let me tell you something. She puts ice in this once a day.
Once a day, guys.
And it stays in there for the rest of the day.
Rest of the fucking day.
She refills this thing like 3 times. That water stays in there the whole
fucking
time.
Cold. Best water bottle you'll ever have. So now, you're probably thinking to yourself, how am I going to get my hands on one of these? So you know what you're going to do? You're going to go to owala.com. That's OWALA.com. And you're going to add the fucking water bottle to your cart. And then guess what you're going to do once it's in your cart?
Can I tell him?
You can tell him, Ethan.
You are going to type in promo code Clarice.
What was that? Clarice? My formal fucking government name?
Clarice. Clarice. And you will get 20% off.
20% off!
20% off!
20% off of a water bottle that will change your life. Do you hear me? Thank you.
This is our first official sponsor on this show.
So thank you, Owala. We appreciate it.
We love it so much. You guys, please support because we are both broke as a 90-year-old falling down 2 flights of stairs. So please go support them. They're amazing. And is this your personal favorite color?
Personal favorite color out of every color that's ever been there.
They have a new one called the Creamsicle. Yeah. I think I need to get that one. And you know what I'm going to do to get it?
What?
I'm going to go to the website. What's it called?
Fucking Owala. That's OWALA.com.
And I'm going to type in what?
CLARICE into the promo code section.
And what am I going to get if I do that?
You're going to get 20% off.
20% off?
20% off.
What
the fuck is right,
this
brother?
Is the best deal ever, probably.
I think this is the best day of my life.
This is the best day of my life.
Thank you. Glad we're in agreement.
Anyway.
Make it the best day of yours. Go to owala.com. We're back, guys.
So we actually, over the break, we had about 15 minutes of us talking about a deep and meaningful conversation about working through your problems, and it will never see the light of day because the recording stopped working.
Maybe if we love you, you can DM us and we'll give you the audio file.
But yeah, so we're back here.
And we're talking about apologies.
And I feel like I can't really repeat myself because...
Neither can I. So something just happened and I apologize to you. And I have something to say to you.
Yeah.
Well, not anything to say to you. I have a question.
Okay.
So, let me tell you something. I'm a pretty clumsy person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I tend to drop things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I agree that it's not good to apologize for something without changing, but I don't... I feel like general clumsiness can't be solved. It can't, because I do try, but never hard enough. But I do try hard not to be clumsy, and I'm gonna apologize every time I drop something, or if I spill something on you, or if I bump into a person, I'm gonna apologize. But I'm letting you know it probably will happen again, but I'm going to try everything in my power to not have it happen again. But I think it's just in my nature to be a clumsy woman. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry in advance for the clumsiness and the pain it'll cause.
Wait, because I need to say something.
Okay.
When people give me an apology in advance, I'm like, fuck you.
Sorry.
Because... if you're gonna
Just
say
don't-
if you're
okay,
gonna say
that's fair.
sorry in advance, like imagine
True.
somebody's like sorry in advance, I'm probably gonna cheat on you.
That's fair.
It's like
Okay.
what the fuck?
Okay, but I'm sorry in advance. Okay, real talk. That's so true. I agree. But I think in this instance right now, I am sorry for when we go to the dining hall next and I like drop my cup or something, because it probably will happen at some point. But let me tell you, I'm focusing so hard on my cup.
I have noticed that sometimes you're like
I hope you think I'm not, like, please don't think I'm not trying, because every day I wake up and I set my intentions while I'm showering and my intention is always to do better in areas where I'm not good, including clumsiness. And I try every day to be more mindful of myself and where I am. And I think I have gotten better over the years, because God, if you knew me as a child, you probably would have killed me. I used to be so clumsy, more clumsy than I am. I would break a glass every time that we went out to family dinner. Like, it was really bad.
I don't think I could eat with you if you did that. No,
it was like God. And it was like my whole family would like kind of like laugh and like think it was funny. And I would sob, and I would go to the bathroom and just sob and sob and sob. Because I was like, guys, you think this is like a funny little silly little quirk that I have, being clumsy? But I literally could not hate anything more about myself. I wish that I could just eat dinner without breaking a stupid fucking glass. Anyways, that's all I have to say about
well, let me let you in on a little secret.
Go for it.
I think in those instances, so you recently broke one of my cups because you dropped it on the cement really hard and it cracked.
Yeah.
And there's glitter everywhere. But you got me a new cup.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you make a mistake like that, if it's something that's gonna happen, if you like fix the problem, then it's gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
it's not like you were just like, sorry I broke that. It'll probably happen again. You were like, no, sorry I broke that. I got you a new one.
And if you ever let me borrow something, you probably shouldn't let me borrow anything anymore. But I will try so hard. Ethan, every time you give me a mug to drink out of, I hope you know how hard it is to talk to you, because I'm so concentrated on not breaking your mugs.
Well, I have, like, when I gave you that cup, I was like, there's no possible, it's a plastic cup. She's not going to drop this and break it.
I know, but also I had a lot to drink. Yeah, and it was dark and cold.
It's like, this cup has been through the ringer. If Reese breaks this, she's basically the Hulk. And then you did. And I was like, wow. And I didn't realize it until the next day when I picked it up and I went to wash it and there's glitter falling out of it.
I'm sorry.
I was like,
maybe it was a sign from God. Definitely not. It was just me being clumsy. I'm really sorry about that.
No, I think it was definitely a sign of something. Because it was a cup that I got from...
Sorry, my things. I couldn't tell if they were too straight across or not.
It was a cup that I got from my junior prom, which, if anybody knows anything about me, my junior prom did not go well for me.
And hey, guys, if you want to know more about Ethan Altman and his life story, you can go watch our episode titled Junior Year Part 1 and Part 2.
Whoa, I forgot we did that.
Yeah. So you can literally know everything about us.
Well, not everything.
No, not everything. I had to leave a lot of details out. That made us so studious looking.
But
anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt.
I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, now the cup's gone.
You were saying junior year. It was meant to happen because junior prom wasn't good for you.
Yeah, and I don't know why I kept it for so long. I was just like, well, I do know why. Because it was whenever I had like a really strong phase of depression, I had like a couple things that I kept with me at all times. It was my sweatshirt that Maddie gave to me after prom night. And I'd wear it for like a week straight and not wash it. And it still has a little bit of a stink to it to this day. And basically, when that sweatshirt comes out, it's a bad day. So if anybody ever sees it, it's a bad day for me whenever I wear it. It's got a lot of snot on it.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, that I have that cup, I used to fill it with water because I was like, I need to drink water. I'm so sad. And my skin is gonna be so gross. So I might as well have my fucking cup with my water next to me. And it sat on my bedside, and sometimes I wouldn't drink the water, and it would sit there for a couple days, and then I'd finally drink it, and it was a little bit dusty, but it was
The water
okay.
was dusty?
Yeah, because it sat on the side of my bed and collected dust for a couple days.
I'm sorry.
But
oh my god. Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Then why'd you say that?
Okay. What? But I want you to. I don't want to cut you off. Do you want to finish your thought?
No,
first?
you can go.
Okay. In the time that you were telling that story, I apologized for both the tears that were on your sweater and for the dustiness in your cup. What do I owe it to you? Why am I?
Wait!
Okay.
I need to talk about this.
Me
because
too.
You need to stop apologizing to people when they don't deserve it.
Aren't my fault. I'm not fucking responsible for it, but I feel so bad.
I had a friend in high school named Alana, and she would apologize. First of all, your apology is automatically diluted when you apologize every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You need to be a little more selective with your apologies.
But also, what if I always feel bad?
Well, if there's no need to apologize, like if somebody isn't upset by it, then I don't think you need to apologize.
I guess, but I don't know. Like even if
you can feel bad.
I'm sorry for it. Like
but,
I'm sorry that your cup was dusty. That's so unfortunate, and I do feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for you, but like I do have sorrow in my heart for you. I'm sorry that you had to drink dusty water. You know,
but
like I'm not apologizing for it, but like in a way I am.
Well,
but, like I'm sorry that
it's when
that happened to you.
So we go when we're walking.
Me and you.
Yeah, my friend Reese doesn't even like bump into the people. She'll like walk in front of them, and if they have to move out of the way, she'll go, "Oh, I'm sorry," and it's like, why are you apologizing to them for walking?
Do you want to know why?
Why?
So this is like years and years of deep-rooted problems with me, and my feeling that, at least I think, that I'm an inconvenience to absolutely everyone and everything around me.
Okay.
I've been working on it. Let me tell you something. Since my first therapist at 6, who was the first thing we ever worked on together, let me tell you something. I'm working at it. I got better. Came to college, got worse again. But that just means I can get better again.
That's so fun.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
To get better again? Aren't you worried that you'll just not be better after a while then? And have to get better again and again and again?
No, I think the fun of it is having to get better again and again and again.
Okay. Actually,
it's sad, but I think that if you're doing too good for too long, who are you?
It takes the fun out of things.
It's so stagnant. Like, you need that growth. I think that my most exciting times are, it's like the period like right before things are good, and then like right like when they're like first good, you know? Then it's like when things are too good for too long, I get bored, and it's like, God, I'm so. Why'd you make that face?
No reason.
Why?
I feel like, I don't know.
Nobody's ever been bored with happiness. That's a song somewhere. What is it? I'm happier when I'm sad. The Bottom. Good song. Also, don't look into it though.
Who?
The Bottom. She says, I'm happier when I'm sad.
Who?
Who what?
Who sings it?
Gracie Abrams.
Oh! Yes, I love that song. It's a good song.
Yeah. But I'm not happier when I'm sad. I'm just saying that I feel like when I'm, like, I don't know, I'll have my, like, little period of, why are you smiling? Why are you smiling like that?
No, please finish what you're saying.
Why?
Because I just thought of, would you characterize it as, you feel you have more, connection to events that maybe, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Sorry.
So her eyes are getting really wide. So I probably should stop speaking.
No, keep speaking. No, they were wide because I was invested in what you were going to say.
So events that are... Let me look it up.
My friend Ethan Outman is going to look it up.
Because I have something very specific. So,
what is going to be your source for this?
Continue to...
The DSM, maybe?
Perhaps.
Okay. What was I talking about before he so kindly interrupted me? But yeah, so I don't know. I always like fall into the most death-defying, earth-shattering depression ever, and it's like, whoa. But I know that give me like a year and a half, and I'm gonna come out the coolest, most freaking self-aware and person to exist.
So the most emotionally invested times of your life would be considered patterns of instability, perhaps?
What do you mean emotionally invested?
Because you said that the times, well, you originally said happier, but then you said just more like, like good, are during patterns of instability. So maybe you're not happy. Maybe it's all you know. You know?
I guess. What'd you have to look up to find that?
Well, I couldn't remember the word instability and the constant patterns of instability. I won't tell you what the search was because you might be offended.
No, I want to know the search. Tell me the search.
Do you really want me to say?
Yeah.
Okay. I said, what are borderline main traits?
Anyways.
You asked me to say it.
I'm just pulling your leg. I think that there's something deeply wrong with me. And I am deeply, 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 deeply sorry to those that it impacts. But
what?
These are two separate thoughts. My bad. I'm sorry to everybody I've impacted. Period. Next sentence. Therefore, comma, I'm excited for who I'll become next. I might also have multiple personality disorder.
Whoa!
Just kidding. I don't. I'm only Reese Riera. I don't. Yeah. Anyways, I'm talking too much again. Ethan Outman, how are you?
I'm so good. I had something to bring up.
Bring it up then, baby.
One time, somebody apologized to me, and then, not even 2 minutes later, he did the same thing again.
What was it?
And then apologized again.
Can I know what it was? Like, was it something like crazy, or was it just like he dropped his cup and then apologized and then dropped his cup again? Okay. Can I know what?
He was like, I'm sorry for whenever we argue, I always get real personal with it.
What do you mean?
Like
his attacks on you are personal?
Yeah. Like referred to me as a fat pig that nobody will ever love. Ooh. And then I think maybe I might be in the wrong a little bit, but not really. Because directly after I was like, okay, he apologized. Let's test this theory that I'll never do it again. So I pushed a couple buttons, and then this fucking man calls me the same shit again. It was in the span of maybe 3 minutes.
That's crazy. How did you push the buttons?
Well, he apologized, thinking that he was like, I was gonna forgive him. I'm like, no. I responded, no, you're a shitty person, and I don't like you, and I think you're awful and gross. And then the next text was that again.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. But also, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on people love bombing as an apology?
What do you mean?
What are your thoughts on people love bombing as an apology? Like, you get what I mean? Like,
no, that's why I asked, what do you mean?
Oh, yeah, sorry. How are you when people are really mean to you, and then I think I'm sick, and then they, instead of...
Why are you in my house?
Showing...
If you're sick.
Because we have a podcast together. I actually don't know, but we feel my cheeks.
No. Don't touch me if you're sick!
I don't think I am, but my face is warm. My
Maybe
cheeks are red.
My face also feels warm. I think it might be because...
Can I touch you? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's probably because it's really cold outside.
Yeah.
Bingo, we got it. We solved it. What are your thoughts on when people are really, really shitty to you, but then they realize that they're being shitty, and then they're like, I love you so, 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 so much. Oh my God, you're the best person in the entire world, in the entire universe. Oh my God, I love you. And then you believe them. Well, you don't have to believe them. This is more of a Reese specific thing. Okay, let me put this in terms of Reese Holmes. Or not Reese Holmes.
Yes, put it in terms of Grace Holmes.
In terms of Reese Riera. Well, I know. Anyways, hi Grace Holmes, I miss you. In terms of Reese Riera. Whoa. I can't believe I just did that. Maybe it's a premonition. We're gonna get married. Whoa. Anyways, my point is, people can be shitty to me, but then if they tell me they love me once, they don't even love me. They don't even gotta love me. They can just be like a little bit nice to me for like a day and a half. I'll be like, I believe you. And then I forgive them for everything they've ever wronged me for. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So my question to you is, if someone were to do this to you, how easy are you to forgive them and I guess believe them?
For the first 3 times, pretty easy.
Okay.
But after the 3rd time and you're like, hey, you keep doing the same thing, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I've brought it to your attention multiple times and you've changed for about a week and then you stopped. Then it's like, all right, but because first of all, you're proving that you are capable of it.
True.
You're just not actively trying, because I think a lot of the times people are like, well, not a lot of the times. Recently, I've had somebody say that they just don't know how, and I'm like, but you're a fucking liar. You do know how because you do it for a week and then you switch back after a week.
Mm-hmm.
So you're fully capable of it. And you could do it all the time if you actually tried. So I feel like when people do that, it more hurts them than it would help, because it's not like, oh, wow, you're such a nice person. It makes up for the other things. It's like, wow, you can be such a nice person and then you still choose to be a shitty person, you know?
Yeah.
Because then it's like, this isn't something that you're incapable of. You're just choosing to not be a good person.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people might just be stupid. They might just not be good at treating people nicely. But, yeah.
Interesting take. Thank you for sharing.
That's what I do here on my podcast.
I know. Sorry, I don't know why I answered like I'm a fucking reporter. But anyways.
Yeah? Got anything else to add?
I think in my head. Do you think there's like a time limit for when you should apologize for something by? Or like,
no.
If somebody wronged you, give it like 4 years.
Whoa.
It's still appropriate to apologize?
I don't think it's ever too late to apologize. I mean, it's if you want something out of it, because here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
An apology, if you're apologizing for someone, you shouldn't gain anything from it. I feel like too often people apologize because they want to be forgiven instead of apologizing because they want the person to just know that they're sorry.
I agree with that.
And I've had people apologize to me for something they did years ago. And I'm like, well, it's not that it's too late. It's that it's been so long that I've already forgiven you. Like, I think, at least for me, when you reach a certain point of like, it's been too long, I can't keep being mad at this person.
Yeah.
I'm just, instead of like being like, I don't like this person. They did something wrong to me. I'm like, okay, they did something wrong to me like 3 years ago. They might have changed, they might not have, but that's not like it has no bearing on me, so I'm just going to forgive them. Mm-hmm. So in terms of that, if you want the forgiveness, I think there's a time limit to when somebody just decides to do it on their own. Well, yeah. But maybe that's just me.
I don't think.
But also, even if you're already forgiven, I don't think it's ever too late to still apologize. Over the summer, I apologized to somebody that I did something mean to like that. 2 years prior. Mm-hmm. And I was like, one day just thinking about it, I was like, I need to apologize just so they know that I do feel bad, because I feel like they don't realize that I feel bad about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for me, it wouldn't be to be forgiven. It would very much so just be to like let the person know.
So this is a specific. No, sorry. So you're just asking me for advice on how to apologize to somebody.
No.
Okay. Would you like to tell me more about this instance?
No.
For me, it wouldn't be.
Sorry, it was just a question. Sorry, sometimes I forget that we're podcasting and just speaking to each other. Hey guys, what are you doing here? Yeah, good to know. Apologies. Oh my god. Oh god.
What?
Yeah.
Over the summer, I made a list of everyone that I knew I needed to apologize to, and I went through the list and apologized to them all.
Did you really?
And I think everyone should do it, even if it's years behind schedule or behind schedule.
I agree. Oh, I know. That's what I'm thinking. But also, God, have you ever written anybody a letter apology?
Like a letter?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wrote you one.
You did.
What did it? I forgot what it said.
So let me ask you something. Did you mean that apology?
Yeah, that's why I put Cinnamon Toast Crunch on it.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
Good. But that isn't, I wouldn't call that a letter apology. It was a note card apology. It wasn't on a letter.
It was a note card.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was, it has to be proportional to what was done wrong. Because I feel like you weren't even really upset with me.
That day?
Yeah.
Oh, I was very upset.
Well, it wasn't like...
I was going to kill myself.
Okay.
Sorry, no, I wasn't.
But also, it was probably, in the grand scheme of like arguments or anything, it wasn't that large of an argument. It was like we were probably going to be over it within a day anyway. But I'm like, well, even though we'll probably be over it by the end of our work shift, I'm still going to apologize. And because I was like, well, this isn't something that I didn't want to make it a big thing, because I was like, it'll blow over in time anyway. So I wanted to be a little silly with it. Give you a piece of Cinnamon Toast Crunch to let you know that the vibes were not, because I feel like maybe sometimes, Reese, you think that things are a little more serious than I do.
Yeah, but I think you think that things are a lot funnier than I think they are. You were very mean to me that night, and you can't say you weren't.
Yeah, that's why I gave you Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
So you can't say that I was being too dramatic, because you were very mean to me. Maybe a little bit dramatic, but you can't. It wasn't much of an argument. It was very one-sided, and I actually sat on your couch in silence while you dug into everything about me.
Well, also...
Yeah.
It wasn't me being mean to you. It was me trying to be funny to you.
You were going into great detail, though, about my flaws, and that was not funny.
It was to me.
I'm happy that
I thought it was silly until you sat there and went,
I need to go.
And I was like, oh, she's upset. I'm sorry. I am just a comedian at heart. And I really can't take things seriously most of the time.
It's okay. So my problem is I'm not a comedian at heart, and I take everything too seriously.
And I take nothing seriously at all.
So then why should I take your apology seriously?
Don't. You honestly, to be real, there was no reason you should have taken it seriously that I gave you Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I shouldn't have taken it seriously, so you aren't sorry?
Well, I was, but it was like a silly like.
Yeah. That wasn't a very good apology.
You don't think so?
It was a fine apology. To be honest, I didn't think you were going to apologize at all.
Well, to be honest, I didn't think you were upset. So I was like, I'm going to give this to her and it's going to be silly.
House sobbing, Ethan.
I know, but I didn't think you were going to be mad the next day.
No,
I thought
because long and hard over the night.
You tend to get very upset in the moment, and you've told me this before. Then you sleep it off and you're fine the next day.
But that night, I actually was very mad. It stuck with me.
I've seen you very mad many times or very upset. Then the next day you wake up and you're like,
thanks.
Of course.
Anyways, back to what I was saying. Letters. You write a letter apology though, then you also have the capability to go back and read it later. And last year I found a lot of my written letter apologies and I read them and it was bad. And I hated
So you never gave them to the people?
No, I did. I'm a typer. I forgot. I guess they were typed apologies. Total bummer.
I don't really know about those.
Typed apologies?
Yeah.
You don't agree with them?
Yeah. So you might as well send me an email at that point.
Let me tell you something, Ethan Outman. The time that these were typed, I was moments away. Okay, see, this is not a justification for anything, but I was not very happy at the time, and I didn't really have the effort. Not the effort, but I didn't have it in me to handwrite apologies to people, you know? And I'm sorry to the people. I'm sorry to the people that I gave a typed apology to, and I hope you weren't upset that it was typed. But I had so much to say. Sorry, period. I
guess this one works.
I had so much to say, and I didn't think you were going to want, 30 pages handwritten. You know? I think that might have been a little excessive, so I wanted to type it, so it'd be 12 pages typed, you know? I was doing you a favor. I was looking out for you. But next time I'll do better. Hopefully there isn't next time. But anyways, we have to go.
Why?
But we love you. And we're sorry.
I'm not sorry. Bye.